Yes, people. Yes, people. So, welcome to the football takeover with your host G Talks Arsenal. I know it's been a minute. But the prodigal son has returned. What can I say? But yeah, man, we're here for the new Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal preview show here on the football takeover, and I'm so privileged to be joined by my brother from another mother, which is Ali. How you doing, bro?
Yes, bruv. All is well. All is well. It's good to have you back. It's like Thierry Henry re-signing before the Leeds United FA Cup game. But obviously, we have a legend. I'm sure we'll come on to him in a second, Bobby, and his situation. I'm sure we'll speak on that before we get into the show, and obviously let the viewers know and our Discord and our group chats what's going on and how we're going to go going forwards for the next few weeks.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, absolute legend. Everybody knows the myth, the man, the legend that is Bobby. Obviously one of our partners, one of our good friends, an absolute transfer guru. So yeah, obviously I don't want to disclose too much, but obviously I'll just say that obviously just some kind of personal issues at the moment. Nothing to be massively alarmed about, viewers or anything like that, but he's just taking some time out to just prioritize himself, his health and his family. And obviously me and Ali will be holding the fort down in the meantime. But he'll be back on our screens in no time. Before you know it, he'll be back doing what he does best. But I just want everybody in the chat to just send their love, send their vibes, send their good energy to the, like I say, the myth, the man and the legend that is Bobby. So yeah, big up 100%. Bobby. He is backstage. He's going to be helping me and Ali out. Obviously, for me, it's going to be shaking off a little bit of ring rust in terms of hosting because I've not hosted. I've been on shows, but I've not hosted a show for a good couple of years. It feels good to be back, and it feels good to be back and hosting a show. So, let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead to the comments because I know they do stack up, and I know Bobby prides himself on hearing from our viewers, and
for sure
this being obviously a show that I'm hosting and obviously Ali's here with me hosting, we don't want to lower expectations. So first up we have when are you doing Arsenal transfer show? How many plays Arsenal getting before transfer window close? So obviously we will keep you updated with regards to transfer shows. Myself and Ali are in conversations obviously internally with Bobby so that we can keep the wheel spinning in his absence. What we plan to do is a couple of transfer shows where Bobby will be in the background, Bobby will be in the comments answering any of your questions, and then obviously we will be going through all the talking points. So the answer to your question is we will be doing. It's not definitive as in when those shows will be, but we will keep you updated as and when. And then obviously the second question of how many players we'll be getting, obviously if we do get any players, then that will be answered in due course when we have the shows.
Yeah, just to add to that quickly before we move on, obviously Bobby's backstage now, so if he's feeling up to it and he wants to comment on any transfer news, I'm sure he'll put it into the chat. And as G said just now, by the end of Sunday evening, we will have a better idea of when the transfer show will go out. I was going to say this at the end of the show, but as that question's come up, G and I were probably looking to do preview, reaction, and a transfer show as our live content on Football Takeover in Bobby's absence. And then we'll get the watch-alongs back and we'll start adding other shows to Football Takeover once the team's back together, and then we can organize things in due course.
Definitely. And questions like that, big up all the people in the comments. Please do click obviously that like, that subscribe. Our subscribers are growing really organically and really authentic. But please, if for whatever reason you are tuned in and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you know any other Gunners, if you know any other football fans that would be interested in our content, then please do share the YouTube channel. These type of questions here from Commander Summer 8189 will be answered in due course when we have some transfer shows. So haven't got any answers for you right now, but definitely we'll be putting some shows together where myself, Ali, assisted by Bobby, we can answer some of these questions. So do be patient with us. Those shows will be lined up over the next couple of weeks. Good evening, gents. Hope everything went okay with your health check, Bobby. I'm sure Bobby will be updating the Discord, updating the comments as and when he is ready.
Sharvin was asking to join the Discord, so we need to sort him out.
Okay, cool.
In due course.
Okay, brilliant. Quick one for you, Sharvin. Have you DM'd me on X? I'm G Talks Arsenal. If you have already, please let me know in the comments. And I do apologize if I haven't actually responded. But if you haven't DM'd me, it's G Talks Arsenal is my app on X. And if you have DM'd me, just let me know in the comments. And whether you let me know or not, I will check my DMs after this show. But apologies if I haven't replied. Obviously, like I say, a lot of people shouting out Bobby, which is amazing. And like I say, Bobby will update you all as and when he sees fit. But I've spoken to Bobby today. He is backstage and he's doing well as far as I'm aware. So all good on that front. Looks like Pepper's opened the checkbook again. 150 charges, who cares? Injuries, who cares? We'll just buy our way. Yeah, because you know what? I'll be honest, I haven't kept up to date too much with the transfers. But what I did do, had a little skim through Ornstein and obviously Fabrizio. What have you made of the Gahey signing for Chelsea, for City? Because obviously we got Here We Go earlier today.
Yeah, I think again, I've a little bit more than G. I'm pretty much on the Discord in between my work day schedule, etc. Discord went a little bit nuts, a few of the lads, but listen. At the end of the day, I think Arsenal Football Club, we are in a position of, as Bobby has been saying, because I've been doing a lot of shows with Bobby, so I know his thoughts pretty much up until today. I don't know what the transfer situation is with the Arsenal and who we may bring in, but at this stage, our squad is packed. We can only buy players if we release a player on loan, if we sell a player, or if we know that we're going to sell a player in the summer, which will allow us to do a purchase now. That is what Bobby has said on numerous live streams throughout this month and before. That has not changed. So if we don't get any players out, and that's our squad, going back to G's original question and the comment, I'm extremely happy with what we've got. I think it will get us to the end of the season. And I really do believe the squad that we have, if they all stay fit, we will win the league. And we can potentially go on to win other trophies. Manchester City are in a position where they need to buy now.
Yeah,
they need to buy a left winger because Doku's not working. They need Mark Gahey at the back. Why is Arsenal going to spend 20 million plus pounds on a signing that's going to be on the bench? He's not a starter at Arsenal Football Club. Does he have a higher ceiling than Mosquera? Does he? Yeah. Where does he fit in with Hincapié? Obviously, he's a little bit ahead of Hincapié, but does Hincapié have the ceiling to get to Mark Gahey's level? I think he does. He's the captain of Ecuador, and he's keeping clean sheets all over the place. He's coming and he fits in like a glove at Arsenal. So I understand the frustration of us not signing players at the moment, but Arsenal fans, do we really need to sign players? Because if we're signing players right now, G, we're signing them just for the sake of it. Because we've got 2-3 players in each position. We need a left back, maybe. We need a defender. We know that.
Yeah.
We need a left winger, absolutely. And we need a central midfielder. We know that.
Yeah.
But is that going to affect our title chances going forwards this season? I personally don't think so, unless we get a massive amount of injuries and all of a sudden we're down to the bare bones.
Yeah, and you know what? I think you make a really good point. I think at the end of the day, like, you know what it is? It's like transfer windows are like, football fans in transfer windows are like kids on Christmas Eve, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes it doesn't matter, you know, it's not a case of, you know, running down on a Christmas morning and thinking to yourself, like, there's something necessarily under the tree that you really need. It's more of a want. And so it's like a shiny new toy, isn't it? Like, at the end of the day, this squad is fat. Squad's fat. Like there's so many players we've got. Like when you actually, last couple of games I've been watching the games and I've been looking at the squad we put out, the 11 we put out, and I've been looking at the bench and the options, and it's crazy. Like this is I now obviously be mindful of what I'm saying here. Like understand the context of what I'm saying. This is by no means the best Arsenal side ever. But I would go as far as to say, arguably, this is one of the strongest ever squads we've had. I think man for man over the 11, I think there are arguments where previous Arsenal sides will top this 11.
Of course.
But if you look at the squad depth, I will struggle to find a season where we've had this level of squad depth. Because even when I go back to the Invincibles, and I'm by no means saying that this team is anywhere near as good as the Invincibles were on their day with that 11. I'm not suggesting that. But what I'm saying is when you looked at that Invincible 11 and then you looked beyond the first 11, I was never really overly impressed. I think we were blessed with don't get me wrong, we had some quality squad players. We had the likes of, Ray Parler and, Will Todd. Yeah, we had some really, really good squad players. But this squad for me personally is right up there in terms of depth. And the reality of what you're saying is Gahey is a good player. He's a good player.
Very good.
He's not getting in our starting 11. Fact. And arguably he's pushing for a spot on the bench. Like that's the truth. And he's not even guaranteed a spot on the bench. He's competing for a spot on the bench. So for us to go out there in January and buy a centre back when you go on X and you go on the socials and everyone's mocking us, including Arsenal fans, that we buy too many defenders. So there should be no real head loss when it comes to like passing on the Mark Gahey signing, because everybody's bantering us about Arteta always buys defenders. Arsenal fans are fed up with Arteta buying defenders. And then, a decent centre-back becomes available and all of a sudden, like, it's a crash out because we ain't signed him. I think he's a good player. I think he will improve the squad depth at City. But it's, for me personally, and that's nothing against everybody else, it's definitely not, it's not a crash out thing for me personally. I just want to come to this comment because Brenny, this is a cheeky one. This is a cheeky one. Last time G hosted a show, we won the 2014 FA Cup. Brenny loved that one.
If that's the case, bruv, it's 2026. Let's go win the Prem, bruv, and maybe get the FA Cup with it this time.
Yeah, no, I hear it, man. But big up everybody in the chat. We're gonna get onto the game soon. I just want to go through these comments. But yeah, G Talks Football means GOAT Talks Football, not trying to boost your ego. Thank you so much, Chris. At least it's not Glasner Talks Football. That's all I'm saying. How to join the Discord? I'm not there. All you need to do is go onto my G Talks Arsenal or Football Takeover DM. DM me or DM Football Takeover. I'll go through the DMs this evening and I will send you a link. Obviously, that will be a link just for you. It will expire shortly, usually expires within about half hour. The reason why we've had to do that is because sometimes the links has been shared and then people we don't really know have come in and it's got a little bit kind of all over the place. So if for whatever reason I send you a link and it expires and you don't see it, just send me back a message to say, oh, the link expired. Can you send me another one? Not a problem. We've got here Anthony. Big up Anthony. G was going on, bro, a long time. It's Anthony. Hope Bobby's well. Sending my prayers. Blessings to you, Anthony.
Yes, Anthony.
Nice to see you in the Discord. I'm going to be a lot more active, obviously, over the next couple of weeks. Football Taker, we will make you popular. Come on, wicked. Right.
Yes, that's our kick. That's good to see. That was someone off kick, G.
Big up, big up, big up. So what I want to do before I get into, obviously, and I'm going to make this brief. So I'm going to give you like about a minute or so to kind of summarize. Well, not a minute or so, but a couple of minutes. But I don't want to spend too much time on it now. There is a big game. There is a big game happening tomorrow. And this is obviously the Manchester derby. And I don't want to obviously focus too much on rivals and so forth. But at the end of the day, the reality is an upset would be nice, would be favourable for us. It's not looking like it's likely on the cards. But how are you feeling about that game? Do you think, how are you feeling about the game? Do you think there could be a potential upset? And yeah, I mean, just give me your thoughts, because I'll be watching that game 100%. So how are you feeling like going into that game tomorrow with Manchester United playing City?
Yes. So yeah, again, like you said just at the top, just quickly, We're called Football Takeover. We're Arsenal fans, but we talk about other clubs. So we're easy with that. We're going to be doing that with transfers as well. So Man United versus Manchester City at Old Trafford. Are they going to get a new manager bounce? I'm quite calm. I'm quite cool. I'm in a situation, G, where mentally I'm in a position where whatever happens in that game, Arsenal Football Club need to pick up 3 points.
Yeah.
Now, if City win, we have to win against Forest. If City draw, we have to win. If City lose, we have to win. Nothing changes our end. But now breaking down the game, for me, I think Manchester United, I think Old Trafford is going to be bouncing. I don't think it's going to be at full energy levels like the back in the day with Fergie and all that stuff. Yeah. But I think they'll be up for the game. New manager, temporary manager, interim manager in Michael Carrick. Very, very interesting that they've brought in Steve Holland, who is Gareth Southgate's assistant manager and was for England and previously at club level or wherever they've coached and done things. So is that him coming in to assess the situation before they appoint Gareth Southgate in the summer? Obviously, that's a different conversation for a different day. So that's interesting. He's got Woodgate there and he's got Johnny Evans. So let's see what happens with them. But I really do believe they'll go with a 4-3-3 tomorrow and they'll give it a good go. They're playing at home. They've got nothing to lose. They create chances. If I'm not mistaken, Ahmad is back from the African nations. Brian is back. And Buemo is back from the African nations. So they should be in the squad tomorrow. And I think their first 11 can give Manchester City problems because on their day, I think Man United are actually better than Newcastle United this season on their day. So if we're just looking at that quickly, Cunha, Sesko, Brian on the right, then you got Fernandes in the 10, you got Mainu maybe, and then you got Casemiro defensive mid, then you've got Dorgu left back, you've got Aiden Heaven, one of the Arsenal lads in there, and then you may have, I don't know, Lenny Yoro or a Martinez next to him, and then you've got right back, I don't know who they got, Dallo, and then they got Le Mans in goal. That's a solid lineup. That can get a point. The other night, Semenyo scored for Man City, 10-1 against Exeter, 2-0 against Newcastle. But how many chances did Newcastle United have before it went to 2-0, before they scored the first goal? So Manchester City are still conceding chances. And if Man United take a couple of chances, it could end up being 2-2. It could easily end up being a Man City 3-0, 3-1. So I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm collected. As long as Arsenal do their business against Nottingham Forest, I don't really care.
Yeah. No, I hear that, and I think for me, the thing is, I'll be honest, like I'm watching the game. At the same time, it's weird because I'm invested, obviously, in a title race. We're in a title race. At the same time, and I'd love a favourable, outcome, obviously, for Man United in these circumstances. At the same time, I'll be real, like right now, it's all about points. It's all about going out there, focusing on ourselves, doing our thing, collecting our 3 points. And for me personally, we may slip up, we may drop points, but this City team is going to slip up, in my opinion. This City team is going to drop points. And I think we had a conversation, I can't even exactly remember when it was, but I said, for me, the big thing this season is about taking advantage when they slip up. That's always been a massive thing for me. When I've watched Arsenal over the years, in recent years, a couple of failed title challenges recently, it always seemed like any time a rival slipped up, we just never really fully took advantage of it. So I think City beat United personally. I think they do. I think it might be quite an interesting game, but I think the best United can hope for is a draw. I think City will beat them. But as long as we do what we've got to do against Nottingham Forest, then what City do or what City don't do is completely irrelevant to me.
Correct. So then that 6-point cap stays. I mean, the last game week, G, what happened?
Yeah,
they drew.
Exactly.
We drew. We were fuming, and I get why, because we could be further ahead. But we played Liverpool at home, who are now starting to hit a little bit of form. So if they can play like that in a few weeks with Mo Salah back against City, by the way, at Anfield, that's another weekend where the points can be increased. So we just got to stay 6 points ahead for as long as we can. And then let's hope that they drop against a Liverpool or a Villa, because they've got these type of fixtures coming up around the corner. And don't forget, Champions League football's back next week.
Definitely.
They need to go strong with their lineups.
Yeah.
We can rest 10 players.
100%.
Against Inter Milan and then go beat Kyria and still finish in the top 2.
100%.
Because of our goal difference. So we are in a decent position. We would love to be in a great position. If we can be between 8 and 12 points ahead over the next 6 to 8 weeks, I think it's our Premier League title.
Wicked. Yeah, no, I agree. But obviously, let's focus now on obviously the main event, of tonight's show. This is the Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal preview show. Anybody who's just tuning in, I'm here, G Talks Arsenal, your host, with obviously my brother from another mother, Ali. So before we get onto the slides, the stats, and look at previous games and big matchups and stuff like that, how are you feeling going into this game? Obviously, it's a huge game. Every single game now, between now and the end of the season, is going to feel massive. How are your emotions right now at this present moment? Kind of going into the game, and just what do you envision the game being like, and result wise and stuff like that?
I'm calm and composed. I really am. I think obviously we would like, as Arsenal fans, I'm sure we'll go into it after the stats, etc., and lineups and so on. But I'm very calm, composed. I've been very consistent in my approach this season in terms of going off the back of what you, Bobby and Brenny have been saying all season in terms of Arteta. I've been getting onto him more so since the Sunderland away game in terms of his game management and stuff. But I'm really I'm just chilled, one game at a time. We're of an age where we've seen our team win. We know how title race goes. Yeah. So as long as we handle our business, with the squad that we have available, we should be winning 99% of these games, 95% of these games, and then we'll get a couple of draws here and there. I want us to go on a run now. Nottingham Forest, very tough away ground to go to, but with the personnel that we have available, it doesn't matter who's playing, we need to win. There were rumours, I'm not too sure if Bobby can confirm that in the comments, that earlier today that Big Gabby might be, he stepped out of training today, felt a bit tight or whatever. I don't know if Bobby can confirm that in the chat for us. But if he's not available tomorrow, it becomes a little bit of a different game, because then who are we playing at the back? Is it Saliba and Norgard? We'll get into it. But if he's fit, we should win tomorrow. If he's not fit, then who do we have at the back? Because then people will say, we should have bought Mark Gahey. But that's not the point. We've got Nkapie nearly on his return. Hopefully, Christian Mosquera shouldn't be too far away. And then we've also got Calafiori. And then if we add Big Gabby to that, that's 4 defenders. So who the hell's playing where? Then do we go with Mars, Lewis Skelly, Timber, Saliba, Ben White, maybe? Yeah. So that could get us through the game. But we should have a squad, which we've bigged up at the beginning of the show, good enough to go to a team that are facing relegation, even though their players list is skewed in terms of where they are in the league and what the squad is. Yeah. So let's see what happens. Dyche is a very good manager. He's going to be very 4-5-1 tight, counter-attack football. If we score first, I think we win.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of echo everything you said, I'm really, cool, calm and collective about the match. I'm not stressed, not worried. I don't really go into many games this season like that. Maybe some of the big Champions League nights, maybe the City games and Liverpool games. But generally speaking, I think we've become quite, not always the most attractive style of play, but we've become quite efficient at collecting 3 points and putting some of these, dare I say, lesser teams away. Consistently. So I feel pretty much the same. I'm pretty relaxed ahead of the game. I think regardless of who we put out, I think we should, and I think we will collect the 3 points. might be a little bit of might be squeaky bum time at certain points, depending on who gets the first goal and stuff like that. But yeah, I kind of echo everything you said. I'm looking forward to the game. I think we collect the 3 points, and I think, you know, this Arsenal side, as much as I've not always been a massive fan of the style of play and so forth, definitely an efficient side, definitely a side that goes out there and doesn't do it in the most attractive manner, but 9 out of 10 times gets the job done, which is good. So yeah, I'm gonna just go through some of the comments here because they are piling up again, and then we're gonna head through to some of the slides. Question here: would you guys start MLS or Timber at left back? Me personally, I mean, I have to be honest. MLS is a quality player. I see his future in midfield. If it was up to me, I'd probably play Ben White on the right, and then Timber on the left. Just because the thing is, though, you got that little speed demon in it. He's not having too much of a good season at the moment. Hudson,
yeah.
But you know, it's almost set up for him to have the game of his life, isn't it? Against us. So I'm a little bit nervous about him against Ben White, if I'm honest. I would prefer him up against Timber. I'm not too familiar with who their right winger is, because last season it was Elanga, but then he transferred to Newcastle. So I would prefer to see Timber against Hudson-Odoi. What about you? Would you go with MLS or Timber at left back?
For me, I said it before the last game against Chelsea. Timber inverting off the left is not a problem for me because Ben White gives us that attacking threat down the right. Hearing the news before we came on, Echoes of Highbury were saying that there might be a knock. We have what? At least 4 players have. We have at least 4 players that have knocks and niggles, but aren't classed as doubts, as their fitness levels are not low enough. So that's Bobby obviously putting in from the Football Takeover. If you see Football Takeover like that, that's Bobby in the comments, not G or myself. So if that's the case, then I want Timber at left back, G, with Big Gabby at the back. If Big Gabby's not risked for tomorrow, which I think would be well, do we start risking players already? I mean, then we have to go with MLS left back. Then we got to go with Timber and centre back position alongside Saliba, and then because Saliba can play left centre back because he plays there for France. Okay, so we can do that maybe, and then have Ben White at right back. So that would be the alternative. But if Big Gabby's fit, Timber on the left, Big Gabby, Saliba, Ben White. And Ben White. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I hear that. Good question here. I'm literally going to go to this question. I'm going to breeze through the rest of the comments. But this is an interesting question because I had this conversation with the student. I'm a teacher, assistant head teacher at a school, and obviously there's a lot of banter, football banter that goes on in the classroom, the corridors, as you can imagine. And this question was posed to me, and my instinctive answer was I was disappointed with the overall result, more the fact that we conceded 2 rather than 1 or 0. However, I'm feeling really confident ahead of the second leg. How about you, Ali?
Again, we're talking about confidence, calm, blah blah blah. It's not arrogance. I just feel like this team, like you say, is it's at a point where it's just pick the right team, win. Pick the right team, win. In-game management, do it correctly so we don't pick up a massive amount of injuries. So again, like G, and very annoyed with the second goal that we conceded. Fuming, to be honest, the way it went in. It was a 3-1 game, 3-1, 4-1 game. And I think back at the Emirates, obviously 3 weeks in football is a long time, boys and girls. So it's like, as long as we stay injury-free, we get Calafiori, Hincapié, Mosquera, 2 of the 3 of those back. That improves us defensively. That strengthens us defensively. And that will counter their offensive players coming back. Cole Palmer, Caicedo, and whoever else was missing. So, for me, we score first at the Emirates and we'll smash them. Because they're going to have to come out and expose themselves. Because they're not going to sit back at 1-0. Because they know they're going to have to score 2. So then we just got to pick them off like we did at the Bernabeu. So this team has experience of doing this. there's no excuses for us not getting to that final. And I want Man City in the final. I don't want Newcastle, just because of the title races that we've had with them, and it's just for me, it's a massive moment in the psychology of the title race, and then seasons to come forward.
Yeah, no, I hear that. You lot are killing me in these comments, man.
Yeah, I see it.
Right, they got roadman teachers these days. And man said, Wagwan class. I said, Wagwan. You know what funny. It is, yeah? It's like, obviously I'm a teacher, but I'm from London. I am who I am. I'm my authentic self. The kids do make similar comments, so it's all good. But yeah, these comments did make me chuckle. Roadman teachers, my deputy head. Mine was a stuck up. Beep. But yeah, no, I did get it. If we sit back, Chelsea will dominate. And then lastly, you would want City, in my opinion, land that first KL blow. Absolutely. Right now, we really, well done, Chris. Really do need to get on to the stats. So I'm going to make, Bobby, if you could just assist me in the background to just make it, not just yet, but if I say I need the screen a little bit larger, just let me know, or I will let you know. But for this one, it's all good. So head-to-heads, Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. Played 17, 4 draws, 2 Nottingham Forest wins, 2 home, 0 away. 11 Arsenal wins, 7 home, 4 away. So I mean,
5.
Yeah. I mean, when you're thinking about it, like, so what is that? So play 17, 4 draws, Nottingham Forest.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, head-to-heads. I mean, I've always kind of seen Nottingham Forest as a team that, I don't know. I can't really think of like many kind of games where they've kind of put us to the sword or got recent results against us. I mean, obviously, when I go to the next slide, recent meetings, that will probably explain a little bit more. So Arsenal 3. So the most recent meetings, Arsenal 3-0, Nottingham Forest 0-0, Arsenal 3-0, another Arsenal 2-1 win, and an Arsenal.
I think that was Jesus.
I can't really recall them beating us. So I mean, looking at these last 2 slides, you know, head-to-heads and obviously recent meetings, I mean, I'm not overly concerned, Ali. I mean, are you?
For me, it's all about, it doesn't matter what team we're playing. I think it's more about, are Arsenal Football Club going to be professional? Are they going to turn up with the right mentality, the right attitude to work hard in the game for the first 20 minutes? Don't concede a silly goal like you did at Bournemouth, and then get the City ground up and bouncing when we get to the Forest. Not every single, this, as we all know, is cliche, but it's true. There's no easy game in the Premier League. So we can't just, the stats are there, the form guide's there, and we have to respect that. But we also have to put that into action. So if you're not going to go and get that first press, if you're not going to be aggressive with your runs at the beginning of the game, we're going to be in for a long night, because they've got Morgan Gibbs-White, they've got Hudson-Odoi, they've got, is it Ndiaye they said? Someone of that name, he came up in the chat, and they've got other players, Sangare and all these guys. So these are teams that we can't be. Then we can't mess around. We can't mess around with the lineup, and we can't waste 45 minutes of football trying to figure out what to do, and then only leave ourselves 45 minutes to win the game. So for me, from this game onwards, I would like us to see if we're not going to get 95-minute performances, give me at least 70 minutes of high quality performance, so we can get that game and start rotating our players more. So then we have less injuries, hopefully.
And for sure. And I mean, like, when you look at this form guide, I mean, it looks like the writing's on the wall. You know, you look at Forest here. You know, obviously they got a good away win against West Ham. Put to the sword by Villa 3-1. Everton put them away at home 2-0. City scraped a victory, and
they were unlucky in that game.
Yeah, obviously, you know, beaten by Fulham, and then you compare that to us, like obviously a 0-0. I was disappointed with that game against Liverpool, if I'm honest, particularly the second half.
Yeah, I was dead.
3-2 win against Bournemouth, you know, battered Villa, 2-1 Brighton, and then obviously 1-0 Everton. So you kind of look at the form guide, you think to yourself, okay, it is looking favourable. I can't lie. I mean, quite clearly, you know, Arsenal are the more informed side. I mean, you just have to look at the table. I mean, the table tells the story. You know, at opposite ends of the table. So the form guide is kind of, you know, leaning towards the trajectory that I would see the game going in. I'm going to make the screen bigger for this one because I'm struggling to see this stuff. So here we've got, obviously, we've got league position. So we've got Arsenal sitting at, obviously, top of the table, the pinnacle of the Premier League. Nottingham Forest, obviously, 17th. Games won 15-6. We've got games drawn 4-3. Games lost. Obviously, Arsenal have lost only 2.
Interesting.
Forest
Didn't realise they've lost 12.
Yeah, that's a lot of games. A lot of games.
My lucky number is 13, G. So let's make it 13.
So let's hope that happens. And then we've got, obviously, goals scored per game. I mean, they're scoring a goal a game, whereas we're scoring just under 2. Goal conversion, obviously, for us is inevitably higher. Goals conceded, again, significantly less for Arsenal, obviously, with that absolute powerhouse of defense that we've got. And chances created. I mean, every single stat here is suggesting that, obviously, you know, we are the more superior side. So, you know, what are your thoughts? I'm not even sure what I've done here now, Bobs. So what are your thoughts here? What are your thoughts here, Ali, in terms of these stats? I mean, surely this is going to be an absolute one-sided contest, you know? Arsenal in the first round knockout.
Mate, you're trying to put words in my mouth, G. Do you know what? Bobby always says about the chances created, etc., the numbers of the stats, the goal conversion. I think that was at 12 point something a few weeks ago. Now it's up to 13. But if I'm not mistaken, and I'm sure Bobby will correct me in the comments, he said that needs to be 15 plus.
Okay.
So obviously we've got Havertz coming back. Gyökeres is maybe turning a corner after Stamford Bridge. So if that goes up, we're going to be in a very good position. Chances created per game, that's also gone up to 3. So we are in a position where I think the performances are not really showing the numbers yet because of our output. But I would like us to be very ruthless tomorrow. If we get opportunities early, let's kill it off like the Invincibles used to. 2-3-0, half time, switch the players around, and then just keep going for them. Keep going for them. It's all down to Mikel Arteta and what he does. For me personally, we've got the players, we've got the squad to deal with anyone that we play this season, whether it's in the Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. So just apply yourself correctly, Arsenal Football Club, the coaching staff and the players, and just go get the win. Simple as that. I'm surprised they've lost 12 games. So it'd be interesting to see what their record is like under Sean Dyche. But because he came in, I think, midway through the season. But he's, you know, we know what we're going to get because we played him when he was Burnley, Everton. So let's just make sure that we're solid at the back. Let's start keeping more clean sheets because Arteta prides himself on clean sheets and all that stuff. But we haven't gone on a clean sheet run since Sunderland. A proper one. We got a 0-0 against Liverpool. Let's go and build on that against Forest, but let's get some goals to go with the clean sheet.
Okay, nice to get your thoughts on that. Again, with this one, I'm struggling to kind of see it on my computer screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to maximize it so we may go off the screen for a little bit.
No problem.
Brilliant. That's much better. So obviously, home record in all competitions. So Arsenal, we've played 16, won 14, drawn 2, lost none. Goals scored 38, goals conceded 7. Forest, on the other hand, played 13, won 5, drawn 1, lost 7. Goals scored 19, goals conceded 20. So again, you look at these stats. I mean, they don't exactly have an impressive home record. I mean, they've lost more games at home in all competitions than they've won. They don't seem to be a team that's firing, you know, in the offensive side of the game. But yeah, they seem to be equally leaking as many goals. So again, I kind of look at these stats and I just think to myself, you know, it's always one of these things where it's like, you know, like we said, you know, there are no easy games in the Premier League. But let's face it, let's be honest here, Ali. You know, if we don't get 3 points, we're going to be absolutely screwing at the end of this
100%.
game. Surely.
100%. For me, and again, it's not arrogance, it's just belief in the team. Do I have belief in the manager? a little bit less than I did at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're winning 1-0 with 10 minutes to go, is he bringing on a Norgard or is he bringing on our Kai Havertz to go win 2-0? Or is he going to do what he did at Sunderland? So the manager is very key here in how we set up and approach this game, and then how he then, in the second half, uses his substitutions, because our bench is going to be elite tomorrow. We've got a lot of finishers, as he says, and he's right to say that. These players are finishers. So we need to make sure, because look, the other day, we took off Declan Rice against Chelsea, and then 1 minute later, we conceded. So and then he brought on Havertz. He brought on the players that we wanted. So it's a bit like, oh, damn. So he's done a bit of in-game management well there, and then gone and conceded. I think I really just do believe we just got to start this game fast, because they will be up for it. They're going to be up for it, G. They're going to be up for it, because they were up for it against Man City and they should have won that game. They squandered quite a lot of chances at 0-0. Then they got back to 1-1, and it was only a 95th minute winner. So look what we did against Wolves at home. We can't take anyone for granted. We've got to play properly and be efficient in both boxes. I know Arteta says that a lot, but that's just the facts of football. Win the midfield battle, which they've got physical, explosive players, and let's dominate this game, like Arteta says, but do it properly. Don't just pass the ball around the back. Let's be aggressive with it, and let's just go and get the win.
Absolutely. Simple. And I mean, I'm not going to spend too much time focusing on Forest's away record, because obviously, given this is an away game for us, so I kind of want to focus in on our away record, because it's quite impressive. Played 16, won 12, drawn 2, lost 2. Goals scored 31, goals conceded 12. So when you look at the fact that Forest don't have the most impressive of home records, and we've got, in my opinion, a pretty decent away record. Again, everything's kind of pointing towards, like you said, this being not a routine win.
It's mentality.
At the same time, if we turn up and play the way we're supposed to play, and put in a performance that is worthy and reflects a team that wants to win a Premier League, the first Premier League in 20 odd years, then, there really ought to be no excuses. There really ought to be, no below par performances, and we should be coming away with the 3 points. It's pretty much that simple. Yep. I mean, goals scored in all competitions. This is an interesting one. So we've scored a total of 69 goals from open play, 40 set pieces, 20. Really annoys me that we don't have, and I know, not taking away anything from Declan Rice's, screamers against Madrid, but it really does annoy me that we don't have a specialist free kick taker in our side. Penalties, obviously 4, own goals 5. What is your opinion on that? Like, why don't we have somebody that can just hit the ball top bins on a consistent basis? And should we be looking for that? Like, obviously our team is elite. But this is one area that I just think would almost be like the cherry on the top in terms of this squad, having like a real dead ball specialist.
So are you talking about dead ball as in free kicks in front of the goal, or are you talking about corners?
Top bins, like just putting it in the net. Like, I'm not saying nothing about the set piece, like corners, because they are insanely good. But I don't understand why we can't translate that to hitting it top bins against the goalkeeper.
Yeah. So I think from what I've seen this season, and we don't really get free kicks in dangerous areas. We don't. So I would expect a Declan Rice number 1, Saka 2 to be our free kick takers within a region of 19 to 30 yards. Yeah, from the 18-yard line is obviously the penalty spot, so 19 yards and beyond. Yeah, towards the halfway line. We don't get many free kicks in central areas to take a pop at directly at goal. So if we did, I would expect Rice and Saka to be getting a lot more shots on target than off, if that makes sense, working the keeper and getting it up and over the wall and down. They would be if I was coaching from the outside looking in, they would be my free kick takers. And I just think it just comes simply down to, we don't get many free kicks in dangerous spots like that. We did the other day with Saka at the bridge, but we didn't really do nothing with it. No. So for me, Rice should be all over it. Left side, centre, right side. It's like Trent. He's got that delivery. So there should be he should be the unanimous number one taker when it comes to free kicks. Period.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if we do now end up getting a couple of free kicks in dangerous positions tomorrow, and who takes it, and will we actually score off of it?
Definitely likely, because obviously I think when you are playing a team struggling at the other end of the Premier League, you know, there is a chance that there could be quite a few, you know, kind of tactical fouls, kind of free kicks in and around the area. So
that's a good shout.
Actually go for it. Obviously, we've got here steep teams statistics. No surprises. We have a higher average possession. XG is significantly higher. XG conceded dramatically lower, as we would expect. Obviously, like I say, with a brick wall that we've got at the back. This one is a little bit of a red flag. Only one more shot on target per game average. I mean, a little bit, yeah. I mean, I do find that like sometimes like, I'm watching games and I'm thinking to myself, like 40 minutes has gone by and we even had a shot on target.
That's correct.
That really does infuriate me at times.
That's why we get boys.
I can't quite work it out.
Exactly, but that's why the boys and girls in Discord and our various chats. They are not happy with the attacking side of the game.
Yeah.
Because we're getting, I don't know, between 15 on average. Well, it'll come up here, but from what I see, in majority of games, we're getting between 10 and 20 shots a game. But then we're only getting 3, 4, 5, 6 on 7 maximum on target.
Yeah.
So if we're getting 20 shots in a game, we should be getting 10 on target, so 50%. We're not doing that. So whether the shot's being blocked or whatever, I get all of that. But we need to be quicker in the final third for that particular stat to go up. Like the other day for the third goal. Moreno came on in the role that he should be playing off the bench. Vertical pass into Gyökeres, takes a good first touch, outside of the foot into Zubimendi, and he takes the shot.
Yeah.
We need more situations and scenarios like that to up that stat. Because that's not acceptable, to be quite honest.
No, it isn't. It's a little disappointing. I mean, passing accuracy we would expect is significantly higher. Long ball accuracy, obviously, they trump us on that. I think that's something we probably need to be careful of.
Indeed.
Playing against Forest. You know, hopefully, obviously, we've got height, we've got strength at the back, so hopefully, you know, we could deal with that comfortably. Crossing accuracy per game, surprisingly. I mean, 4.3, 4.6, okay, 23%. That's interesting. Obviously, fouls and clean sheets we've got there. Arsenal's out list. So going into the game, this is interesting for those of you watching. So at the moment, it's looking like Calafiori is looking at a comeback late January. Nkapi, again, late January. Mosquera, mid-February. I mean, obviously, these guys are a big miss. But it just shows you the depth we have in our squad, that we can have this many quality defenders out and still fill the back four that we have. And then obviously on the Forest list, they've got Victor late January, Yates late January, Wood early February. Are you concerned at all about the potential back four that we might put together in tomorrow's game? Sorry, is it Sunday? Is the game on Sunday?
No, it's tomorrow, 5:30.
Tomorrow, sorry, 5:30. Are you at all concerned about a potential back four that we might put out tomorrow?
Ooh, interesting. That's a good question. I don't think so. I'll be slightly like, oh God, if we end up with Marzu Skelly, Timber, Saliba left centre back, Timber right centre back who plays for Holland and he's played there for Ajax, and Ben White right back. I'm not really disappointed with that back four.
Yeah.
But I just want them to stay fit and get through the game. Can that back four get a clean sheet? Yes, it can. But where's the weak link? It's going to be MLS.
Yeah.
So I don't mind Saliba adjusting because he plays there for France. Timber plays there for Holland, Netherlands. And then Ben White was our right back 2022-23 season where he was playing through injury and he was dominating things. I'm hoping and praying Big Gabby is fit because he's needed. And then I would not put him on the plane against Inter Milan. He can stay at home and have a week off.
Yeah,
if he can play tomorrow, a bit like Declan Rice did against Bournemouth, play tomorrow and he can take it. We don't need him in the San Siro. We've played.
Yeah.
We've put ourselves into a position in the Champions League where we can lose that game 3-4-0, which we won't, and then come back and beat Kiryat and still finish in the top 2. So we're good.
I hear it.
So
I hear it.
play your toughest, biggest team. If he's a risk, I will take that risk because it's the Premier League title up for grabs.
Yeah.
Maybe, do you know what, G? This is thinking out the box. If I don't know, they may think like this, but they shouldn't. If Man United somehow get a point or 3 against City, does that mean Big Gabby drops to the bench? So he travels with the squad, and it's like, oh, we can maybe do this without him, and he can have a bit of a breather.
I don't think Arteta takes
I
any risks.
personally wouldn't. If he's
I don't
fit,
think he
let's
takes
go.
any risks. And I think you see that even with the game in the midweek against Chelsea. I think right now, Arteta understands that like this season is huge for him. He's got to bring home some silverware. And I just think right now, if Gabby's fit enough to play, that brother's playing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He's playing. I mean, if we look at this, I mean, I was speaking to Bobby about this. This is obviously Bobby's, it's got his network of people. This is our predicted lineup and formation for tomorrow's game. I mean, looking at it, not too many surprises. Predicted lineup is Raya in goal, obviously coming in after having a bit of a rest midweek. I am a little bit concerned, obviously, with White playing against Hudson-Odoi. I did say that earlier. Saliba and Gabriel obviously at the back with Timber playing at left back. Midfield of Zubi, Rice, Odegaard, and then a front three of Saka, Trossard, and Gyökeres. So obviously, this being a predicted lineup, we're going to get onto lineups from obviously some of Bobby's people. But if this predicted lineup turns out to be the lineup in tomorrow's game, any concerns? Is it a lineup you'd go with? Would you make any changes?
No, I think we're good with that. I think that's the team that's been playing the majority of the season. In terms of match fitness and sharpness, you're not going to put Havertz in there yet. I don't think he's going to play Eze in this game. And if he does, fantastic, instead of Odegaard. But a lot of our players like Odegaard and things like that, they've been out for 2-3 months. So that's why they're getting games now. Obviously, people say he's one of Arteta's favourites, and that's fair enough. But it's good to see that Mikel Moreno experiment is now past us, and now he's last 2-3 games. He's now sitting on the bench doing the role that he's meant to do.
Absolutely.
Like I say, pick the right team, Mikel Arteta, and go win the game. If Gabby's on the bench and MLS is in instead, and then everyone shifts the position, we still need to win this game. I'm not. Oh my God, this is going to cost us the game. No.
Yeah, we win.
No excuses.
We should no excuses. Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that. So obviously here we've got some key battles, and this was the one that really stands out for me. I've been saying it all stream. White versus Hudson-Odoi, and then this is the one that concerns me the most. And I'm not. It's not a criticism of Ben White. I just know he can be sometimes susceptible to being turned, particularly against a whippy winger. And Hudson-Odoi has not had the most amazing of seasons. But I think a player like Hudson-Odoi is going to really fancy his chances against Ben White. I really do. If I was Hudson-Odoi, I would be looking at Ben White thinking, I could potentially cash in here. So I definitely think that's one to watch. Obviously, you've got Timber and Hutchinson. I have absolutely no concerns about arguably any winger going up against Timber. I think he's absolutely sensational. Any concerns with these? Obviously, what's your thoughts on these two key battles here?
Yeah, for me, I just think I'm going to call him by his first full name, Benjamin. I think Benjamin White is he's the type of player that once he gets 1 or 2 games under his belt, he starts to perform better defensively. He's always played a solid game offensively in terms of his ball distribution, whether he's playing at centre-back or at right-back. He's a better right-back than he's a centre-back, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think the key to this game is if we're going to dominate the ball, that means Hudson-Odoi is on the halfway line and he's not in our final third. So that means we're pushing him back and he's then got to defend Ben White. And that is going to be the order of the day, especially if Timber is left back. So that means we're going to lock that side off. And if Ben White does get caught on that side, everyone should just shuffle across and then nullify that attack, in my opinion. So this is all about Gabby. Big Gabby, is he fit? Is he going to play? We're presuming that he's playing. So for me, that shift across won't be a problem. If it's Miles Lewis-Skelly shifting across with that side, we then may have two flanks that are exposed. And that's a lot of shifting across in a game. So we've got to make sure that we look after the ball correctly tomorrow, depending on our defensive names at the back. Personnel.
Absolutely. Some more key battles here. Obviously, Zubimendi versus Gibbs White. Midfield
That's the big one.
Key. Midfield is going to be absolutely key. We really need to win that battle. I think we win that battle. We control the game. We control the tempo. We win the game. We collect the 3 points. Odegaard, obviously, versus Anderson. At the end of the day, like,
good player.
Let's be honest. Like, there are no excuses. We are the superior side, collectively as 11, individually. Like, realistically, is there a single Forest player right now, Arsenal fans? Put your comments. I'm going to go through some comments once I finish the slides because they are building up. But is there a single Forest player, and Gibbs White might be one of them, but is there a single Forest player, Ali, that you are taking in your Arsenal starting 11?
With all due respect, I don't think so.
And this is it.
Because Gibbs White is going to be on our bench.
This is it. And obviously some more key battles here. Saka for me. Williams is decent.
For a big game.
Yeah, Williams is decent, but I think Saka will get the better of his opponent here. This is a battle. And this is a battle I'm really looking forward to seeing. Gyökeres, for me, played really well against Chelsea. He got a goal. I know I've seen a couple of comments saying about him potentially going on a run. I really hope that happens.
That was Neil.
I've been really avoiding the noise with regards to Gyökeres because I think that discussion is a stream in itself. Because I think there is a lot of context, there is a lot down to style of play, chances created, etc., etc. So I'm not even going to open that Pandora's box tonight. But it's definitely a show that I would like to get my teeth stuck into at some point, maybe a little bit later on in the season or end of the season. But yeah, Gyökeres and Murillo is a big contest, isn't it, Ali?
Yeah, definitely. I've watched Murillo over the past few seasons since Nottingham Forest have been back in the Premier League at the G-Tech at Brentford Stadium. Yeah. He's very short in stature, but he makes out with being very strong. He's got strong legs, thick. He's a thick-set guy. Yeah, very stocky lad. So what he lacks in height, he makes up in physicality.
Definitely.
So Gyökeres has got to be up for the physical because he will stick one on you. That is for sure. Whether it's an elbow or stepping on his ankles, Achilles, he'll do it. If he can get over that, which he should, because he's had a stint at Coventry, so he knows what it's all about. And let's just keep feeding Victor Gyökeres. He had 9 touches against Chelsea. He ends up with a goal and assist.
Yeah, crazy.
He had 0. I think he had 4 touches against Liverpool in total. So get in the box.
It's mad.
So, and even the pundits are now, that narrative is now changing on various platforms. TV broadcasters, they're now saying the wingers need to get the ball into the box quicker to him. Yeah, it's funny, but again, like you said, let's not open Pandora's box this evening.
Definitely a discussion for another day, but good to touch on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Now we've got some lineups, and then I promise I'm going to go to the comments before we wrap things up this evening. So obviously I just need a score from you with regards to the first lineup here. So we've got Raya and goal, back 4 of White, Saliba, Gabriel and Timber, midfield 3 of Zubi, Rice, Havertz. And then a front 3 of Saka, Trossard and Gyökeres. Score out of 10 and any rationale as to why.
Yeah, I would love that team. I think, as Bobby has been alluding to us all season, Havertz in a 10 is where Mikel Arteta is looking to merge Victor and Havertz together. And if he can give us 60 minutes at high intensity, high level of press, he's sharp. He looked sharp against Portsmouth. He came on against Chelsea, so he's getting his minutes up. this would be my ideal lineup for the rest of the season. Obviously, getting Calafiori back in there. So I'm going to give this. I'll be generous because obviously he's Havertz and he's just come back. I'll give that a 9 out of 10.
Okay, excellent. The next one is mine. I mean, this is pretty much the predicted lineup. This is the lineup I actually think Arteta will go with. Raya and goal, a White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, midfield three of Zubi, Rice, and Odegaard, and then a front three of Saka, Trossard, Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm struggling, given the injuries and given the form of certain players, I'm struggling to not give this a 10, if I'm completely honest. Like, it's definitely a 9 in my opinion. So I'm going to give it a 9. I think it's really hard to give a team a 10, but I can't see many lineups beating this. In my personal opinion, I think this is pretty much predicted lineup, and I think I'll be more than happy if this is the lineup that Arteta puts out. Next up for you, Ali, we've got Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber. So what to be expected in the goalkeeper and back four? A midfield three of Rice sitting with Odegaard and Havertz, and then a little bit of a switch up here with Saka on the right, Eze on the left, and Gyökeres through the middle.
Now, this is a type of lineup what we want to see at home against a mid to low table side, because that's screaming out to me as pure attacking. That front six there, that's proper. You got Odegaard in the left 8, Havertz, Saka, Eze. That's
flavor.
That's Harlem Globetrotters football. If Arteta takes the handbrake off. But for me, for this game away from home, I'll give that lineup a 7 out of 10 because we will need that defensive cover and structure. I know it's like, oh my God, Ali, how can you say that after watching the football that we've been playing? We're away from home at Nottingham Forest, who are up for the Man City game. Let's not forget this. They are going to be up for the Arsenal game, just as they were for the City game. But the difference needs to be, we need to be efficient in defending our box, and then we need to be ruthless at the other end. This would be a fantastic side. If we were 10, 12 points clear, I'd play that team.
I hear it. And for me, I've got Raya, back four of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis Skelly, midfield three of Zubi, Rice, Odegaard, and a front three of Saka, Gyökeres. I think, again, this is pretty much what we're going to see in terms of a predicted lineup, albeit, I'll be honest, the more I see MLS in a left-back position, the more I feel uncomfortable with it. I know that might be a little bit controversial for some fans. I want to see him in the side. I want to see him in midfield. I know, and I think right now with that's probably the one area that I am most concerned with in terms of squad depth is the midfield area, because there are times I'm watching the game and Zubi and Rice look absolutely gassed. I feel like MLS could be supporting more in that area, but there seems to be a little bit of a reluctancy from Arteta for whatever reason for him to use MLS in that. So I like this lineup. I'm going to give it an 8. The only reason why it's not as good as the last one I scored is just because, I'll be honest, I'm becoming less and less of a fan of MLS at left back. Next one for you, Ali, we've got Raya and goal, a back four of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Lewis Skelly. This individual has brought in Marino into the midfield with Eze playing at the 10. And then we've got a front three of Saka on the right, Jesus on the left, and Gyökeres in the middle. You don't have to be kind.
I like the front three. I've asked for that. I've asked for that combination. I think that works against Nottingham Forest. Will be playing 4-5-1, I presume. I know it says 4-2-3-1, but there will be times where they just go bank up on the edge of their box, and Jesus can unlock Victor Gyökeres, and I think he can cause issues on that left hand side. But one thing I was thinking about, just reading the Discord, and I didn't put my comment in about Jesus playing left wing. Does he have the pace and does he have the agility because of the knee injury to track back? And be in that, position to defend as well as attack. But if we're just going for, okay, Jesus, you're there, I want you in the little pockets, feed, chop, turn, do what you got to do, feed Gyökeres and yourself and go and get some goals, then great. Mikel Moreno, I'm sorry. If the squad is fit, he should be on the bench. I'm going to give this lineup 5 out of 10.
I hear it. A bit of a curveball.
And that's being generous.
Yeah, I wasn't massively impressed. So apologies for whoever put it together, but it's everybody's entitlement to put a team out that they would like to play. Last one for me here is Raya in goal, a Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis Skelly. I've already said I'm not a massive fan of him at left back. Nothing against the kid. I just want to see him deployed more in midfield.
Yeah,
midfield free of Rice, Odegaard, and Eze. I'll be honest, I'm missing seeing Eze. I would like to see Eze more in the side. I just don't think. Not sure why. Don't think Arteta quite knows what his best position is. It is his first season at Arsenal, so maybe a little bit of a transition season. And then a front three of Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, Havertz up front. I don't there's aspects about this side. I like the fact that Eze's back in the team. Not seen enough of him lately. I genuinely can't see Havertz starting this match at all. With Gyökeres getting a goal against Chelsea, I think it just makes absolute logical sense for him to, off the back of getting a goal, to play. I think you get a goal in the cup and then you get dropped for the Forest game. I'd just be thinking, what?
Especially against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, when everyone says you don't score against big teams.
Fans will be massively questioning that decision, if I'm completely honest. So I don't like Lewis Skelly at left back. I do like the fact that he's brought in as I worry Zubi not being on the side. And I don't like the Havertz. So I'm going to go with a 6 out of 10 for that one. And that brings us to an end to, obviously, the slides. Now, we've got loads of comments. I'm not going to answer or read every single comment, but I will go to certain questions. So I do apologize. Question here for you, Ali. I heard a question this past week. Would you take a guaranteed League Cup or the roll of the dice with the Prem? Can only choose one. Just a hypothetical question. Love that question.
Premier League.
So you'd gamble on the Premier League.
For me, again, I'm saying this because I don't think it's a gamble. I think we're going to win it. So yeah. I predicted we were going to win the league last season and the season before that. Yeah. So my stance has not changed. This team has got to a level now, especially with the squad depth. You should be winning the league, and I want to see minimum semi-final, final of the Champions League for the next 3 to 4 years. There is no roll the dice. For me, that's an expectation I have of this team and this manager. Cup competition, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, I want to win those as well. I'm greedy. We all are. But realistically, I said last season, we need to win something, and we didn't. You could make the excuse of injuries, and then we didn't have the squad depth. This season, we've had loads of injuries, loads more than Man City and all the other sides, and we've coped with it so far. Now, I'm in a position where I'm looking at the team, I'm looking at the chance creation, it's going up, the percentage of goals is going up, because our attackers are now back and fit. So now what we've got to get the right balance is we need 2 of the 3 of those injuries back. Pala, Hincapié, for me, very important. But I know Mosquera can play left back as well. He can play across the whole back 4. So the quicker that those 3 come back, it's just going to give us another dimension, another layer to our attack and our defending. But yeah, Premier League. For me, it's not a roll of the dice. I think it's more.
I hear it.
It's more. Just win your games. Like we're 1 week closer to winning the league. That's what it is now. That's the reality. They drew, we drew. We're still 6 points ahead. That means we need to lose 3 games.
Yeah.
And there's only 17 left. So we're getting to that point where these next 4 to 5 weeks are very, very important. If Arsenal win all their next 4 or 5 fixtures, we will increase the gap on Man City. Absolutely. That is a fact.
Absolutely.
And then we'll just run it.
Yeah, and I think like if we were to reflect on the season and walk away with just a League Cup, I think Arsenal fans would be disappointed. I know I would.
Then Arteta could be out.
Yeah, I would be. Another interesting question here, while I flick through some of the other comments, but I want you to answer this question for me, please, Lee. Are you guys concerned with how many goals we've been conceding recently? 3 times now this season, we've conceded 2 goals in the game against Chelsea. Are you
Yes,
concerned with
I'm concerned. I think the team just switch off.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like when these teams are scoring,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like they're opening us up. We're switching off from certain plays in certain situations, not getting to the second ball for Garnacho the other day. Gabriel, Big Gabby against Evan Nilsson. Like, is that ever going to happen again? Where else have we conceded 2 goals? We conceded 2 goals at Villa
Mm-hmm.
in the 95th minute. We could have conceded before, granted, but we could have also scored 2 ourselves before they got the winner. Last minute against Sunderland, great finish.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe mistake. It was a mistake by Ray. He should have stayed on his line at the Stadium of Light. So the goals that what I'm trying to basically say is we're not getting opened up like a can of beans. So it's like, keep that composure and let's focus for 95 minutes. I was more annoyed with not keeping a clean sheet against Aston Villa than I was conceding the second goal against Bournemouth. Because you're switching off.
Yeah.
4-0 is not enough for me. Sorry, 4-1 is not enough. I want the clean sheet as well as the goals.
Yeah.
Now, that's a very spoiled mentality of a fan, but that's where Mikel Arteta and Arsenal Football Club have taken us.
100%.
So we're at that point now. We want to be ruthless and not just for one season.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, expectations have risen, and that's credit to him and the squad. But yeah, it gets to the point now where, you know, the progression we've made has to translate to silverware, because otherwise we'll just be remembered as the nearly team.
And then we're on that roundabout. We keep getting around in circles.
Yeah.
If we're not victorious and pick up one major trophy, well, they're all major trophies. But if we don't pick up 2 trophies, Mikel Arteta could be leaving, and my choice would be Luis Enrique, but that's another show.
Yeah.
But because he can, Guardiola would take this squad.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Yes, let's go. I'm coming."
Oh yeah, bring it. Yeah.
So 100%. that's how far we've come, G.
Yeah.
And the chat. 5-6 years ago, when Arteta first came, those first 2.5 seasons, it was just a struggle. Scrap all that. We've been building this squad for 3 years. This is 3 years in the making. So let's now deliver, and let's make up for the lack of trophies by winning 2 this season, and then let's go and win another 2 next season, whatever that may be. And then all of a sudden, you're looking at Arteta's tenure, because they're not going to sack him if he wins 1 or 2 trophies. That's the reality. So then it becomes, you've won 4 trophies in 7 years. Then it starts to look, okay, no worries. Then you win another 1 or 2. That's 6 in 8. That's what's going to happen. And Ali and Marino.
Yeah, I can see these comments. These comments are coming in thick and fast.
Yeah, let them come.
Big update. Obviously, previously I put up on the screen. So Bobby is obviously, we wish Bobby well in terms of his health. He will be having surgery, and God willing, that will be successful, and he will look to make a return for the North London derby. So just going through these questions, there's a question here. What do you call? I don't even know if I wouldn't really get into that.
Ali.
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice one. It's a PG one. We're good with
all right. We give it that. It's my name. Yeah. I just saw it and I was like, I don't really want to read it.
We're good.
With them like Christmas cracker ones.
We got thick skin here.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, I know he's put up the thing here, but yeah, what we're going to move on to now is obviously that kind of brings us to an end to the preview. The only thing we really need to do before we obviously go to socials, and Ali, you can let the people know where to find you, where to find us. But score predictions for this game.
Again, it all depends on the lineup, G. So if we end up with Big Gabby at the back, and then we got Timber at left back, Ben White at right back, then I'm hoping and I would like a 2-3-1 win. If it's MLS left back, Timber, Saliba centre back, which I'm fine with as a pair, and Ben White right back, I would still like a victory, but we're not keeping a clean sheet. Sorry. So what I'm saying is 2-1. If with MLS in the side, I would expect a 2-0 or a 3-1 if Big Gabby's in the team.
Okay, cool.
So it all depends on the lineup for me. But
yeah,
in summary, we need to win. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, I really don't care what the score is. I'm not even too fussed about the performance at this stage. But obviously, I want a convincing win. Do I think it's going to be a convincing win? Possibly. I'm going to go 3-1. 3-1 away win. I think Forest are a decent side on their day, but I think they are struggling. They're 17th for a reason. The table doesn't lie. We're over halfway through the season, and we should be winning this game. So I'm going to go 3-1. We've had a couple of score predictions, which is good. We've got here 2-0. We've got a 4-0 Gyökeres hat-trick.
Mohammed, always positive.
Gyökeres won't touch the ball 4 times in the box. How's he going to score 4 goals? And then we've got Neil here saying 4-1 Arsenal. Come on,
Neil.
Bobby, if you can just assist me and bring Ali up on the screen by himself so he can go through where they can find him and where they can find the Football Takeover. Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah, so here on Football Takeover, obviously doing live streams on YouTube. They can also find us on various other socials like TikTok, Instagram, and X. It's Football TK Over on those 3 platforms. So please go give us a follow if you haven't already. We'll be putting out a lot more content and short clips on YouTube and obviously other various different types of content across TikTok and Instagram in due course.
Wicked. And yeah, I'm not even going to really do the whole screen on me. But
well, it's up there. Just look up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Bobby's
done it, bro.
Hey, Bobby, I need a beard trim, man. What's going on?
Well, Bobby's been saying that in the summer.
I booked in the barbers tomorrow at 1 p.m, so it sorted me out. But yeah, I'm G Talks Arsenal. It's been a while. It's been an absolute pleasure coming back, hosting the show, which feels like an eternity. Sorry, I've been MIA. You're going to see more of me moving forward. But yeah, G Talks Arsenal. X is where I do most of what I do. So yeah, you can find me on X. You can interact with me there. If you are interested in joining the Discord, then obviously please do drop me a DM. And obviously you can find me on the Football Takeover, which is obviously our YouTube channel, me, Bobby, and Ali's. We're growing organically, authentically. We love it.
Yeah.
We're on this journey, and we're just so glad that we've got so many of you in the comments, so many of you watching to support us along that journey. So yeah, we will be back, me and Ali, on Sunday. We haven't got a confirmed time, but I think it will probably be kind of like how Bobby does it. So 6:45 p.m. on a Sunday evening, obviously for the reaction to the Forest game. So let's hope we get the 3 points and then we go from there. I'm just going to go through the last few comments. Thank you, Bobby. So obviously we've got here, not a 1-0 God. I can't take it anymore.
No,
Saka going to see Gyökeres. Let's hope he does.
That's
great preview, boys. Come on the Arsenal. And this is going to be the last comment that we end on. Big Bobby in the background, the man, the myth, the legend. Please do give some love to G and Ali. Great show. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Bobby, we love you and we can't wait to have you back. And on that note, we are out. So people, have a lovely evening wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Peace, love, and good vibes. And we will see you on Sunday.
100. Take care.
And that's when he like presses the button and it doesn't quite play, but it's all
Come
good.
on.
I'm struggling. I'm getting the ring rust. I'm getting the ring rust, people. Now I'm gonna do that again. So peace, love, good vibes, whatever you're doing. Have a great
weekend. Let's get that W tomorrow, and let's have a good reaction.
Bye bye. Take 2.